Good afternoon. Hello. How's it going? Hello. Hi, Bennett. Good to see you. I think I'm coming down with something. Mm-hmm. It is what it is. Hi, we are doing another retexture today. Unplug that, doesn't need to be plugged in. Hating angry boxes, oh my goodness. Boxers! Cable management. While I'm streaming. I just finished another Temeraire book on my walk. I'm re-listening to the Temeraire books again. For like the 100th time. They just finished book 2, just starting book 3. But this time around I actually have some new ones to listen to. In typical me fashion, rather than just listening to the new one, I'm listening to the entire series again. Book 2, 3... Yeah, I've listened to up until 5, and I now own book 6. And instead of listening to book 6, I'm listening to books 1 through 5 again. So I was like, hey, it's been like 4 months since I last listened to them. Let's listen to them again. I'm warm. It's because I just went for a walk. Window open. I've got a sudden surge of energy. Been for a walk, made a cup of tea, got a brownie to eat. So I literally sat in the kitchen. I literally sat in the kitchen and I was like, I want a brownie. But I don't remember if, because they come in packs of 4. And I was like, I don't remember if I've already eaten 2 and if the last 2 are left for Spook. I don't remember. And then I literally went, I really want the brownie. If it is his, I'm just going to have to apologise. And then I went, fair, he always eats all the cake. So I'm eating all the brownie. Aldi do good brownies. Right. So we're doing a texture. And I'm sure it will not take people long to realise what the texture is this time. Sausage sandwiches is nice. Sausage sandwiches are good. Right. So I set up this file earlier. The Jex substance file comes with like all of the markings on it. So this is actually the file that I have like stripped bare. So, get rid of this as well. One moment. Ugh. Blah. This is one I removed all of the markings from because we're making our own. What is your sauce of choice on sausage sandwich? Oh wait, it's you. You don't have sauce. Never mind. I'm a tomato sauce person when it comes to sausage sandwiches. I know some people prefer brown. Right. The intent for the design that I'm going to do is for it to go with the plain tail. But I probably will do colours for the alternate tails. I just realised I'm doing this wrong. This is not the colour for this. This is. Excuse me. The brown's also good. Slightly warm. That is definitely making me feel better. It's taking its time to process that. Right, that's the long. I guess we'll do the short as well. Right. We're not playing this week, are we? No, we're not. Michael. Did you wake up okay without me to wake you up? I can't decide if I'm going to recolor the pre-existing eyes or do my own eyes. Can't decide. Aww. Oh. Right. Here. We are going to add a black mask. This will probably be easier for me to do on this one. I have 8 alarms and you're alarm number 5. That's really funny. That's really funny.
A river runs north through a mountain pass, through the treetop dreams in the violet sky. Reality repairs my illusion as I drift away into the night. The wind blows the sunrise away. As eternal darkness leaves me blind. When if I had one chance to make it all better, I will grab it and never let go. I know
A man has the fire in his eyes, the spirit of 1,000 ghosts.
He walks alone through the forest and the hills,
And all the birds and the foxes sing.
the wind blows the sunrise away. As eternal darkness leaves me blind. What if I had one chance to make it all better? I will grab it and never let go. And if I had one chance
Hi, Dan.
to make us all better, I will grab it and never let go.
How's it going? Two devices, each with their own alarms. One is a very out-of-date iPad mini that is only good for the alarm. Oh dear. More brownie is required. Are you guys so good? So good. Good. Is there a part of this model that has the ears pulled away? There actually isn't. Seems like an oversight. Doing well, doing well. I think I'm coming down with something. I've got that sort of weird that sort of sinusy feeling that sometimes precedes a cold. And Spook was having a cough and a sniff yesterday, so I feel like I've caught whatever he had. I think Spook has caught something and has passed it on to me. And then I remembered, I was like, that's why they've not been pulled away. It's because you can just turn the body off, because they're a separate material. Bar steward, I know, right? How dare he go out every day and work a job that pays the mortgage so that we can live here. I felt so attacked by my parents the other day. I felt so attacked. My parents came around and then randomly they just went like, if Spook lost his job, would you be able to pay for everything with your job? And I just stared at them and I was like, no. And they were like, and I was like, wait, why is it your business? Where's this come from? I invited you over here for a cup of tea, not to attack me. That's a bit mean. Shut up, cool. Yeah, that looks kind of nice with the dark in there. Excuse me. I've been employed for a week and I'm attacking myself enough for other people. Oh no, Dan, no. Did you hear back? Or not? Several times I've looked at Kane as he still loves me. No! Forget would you still love me if I was a worm, would you still love me if I was unemployed is the realest shit ever. Didn't get it, but they said because I interviewed so well, I will come back in Thursday for another role interview. Oh, okay. Well, at least that's something. That must be very good if they were like, they must be really impressed with you if they were literally like, you didn't get this job, but we want you to apply for another one. Hi, Bennett. Or they want you for a lower paid job doing the same as the other job. Stop being so negative, Cole. Same wages as the other one. Yeah. Working tirelessly, I see. Have to. Have to. Basically only dealing with customer complaints. I'm like, yay, thank you so much. Oh no, not customer support. Ah. Job's a job, but careful what you sign for, okay? Or I will inform Spook and he will stop by and fart in your house. Spook does that anyway. I'm just saying. I want to retire from customer service, but it's all people fucking call me for. That's the worst. Drink more tea. Yeah, I definitely got that sinusy feeling. I'm going to be coming down with a cold. I mean, there was a different reason that I didn't do morning stream today, but if I wake up tomorrow and I do have a cold, don't be surprised if there's no morning stream tomorrow. I have to have Lemsip later. Is there a way to see what's on the Black Lion Marketplace without logging in? I don't think there is. Ian's feeling well after returning from Ireland. I'm dosed off with antibiotics. Well, you have the double whammy of you were crammed in a plane with other people and you went and saw kids. So I would not be surprised if you have caught something. Apparently the wiki page just keeps track. Gem store allows players to purchase stuff with currency. List of currently available store items. Below tables were edited on September 17th as of this time. But apparently the wiki page just keeps track of it. That's actually kind of useful. I didn't know that they did that. Anyway. I don't need a griffin skin, I already have 2. I don't need a griffin skin, I already have 2. I need a skin. What I need is a skin for my Springer. My Springer has no skins. Do this with glowy sparkle effects, please. Please and thank you. I'm guessing you saw the panda. The panda's very cute. It's very cute. I want to zoom in more, but I actually can't. I've just started this and I'm already going off on the details. I want it to be good. Bye, Core! Have a good day! Let's get some on this side. Save that. That'll probably do. I wonder what our guild things are this week. Or guild quests. Even though I'm probably going to be playing Final Fantasy, I want to like try and keep on top of doing Guild Wars because of like how much fun I was having with it. Fur strands. Right. Instead of being grey, I'm going to have you be this dark cream colour. Okay, that's how you look then. In which case, we're going to go cream. I'm going to make a new layer. I'm going to call it cream tufts. Remove everything except colour. Add a mask. And we're going to use this tool to turn off the symmetry, because symmetry always gets a bit fucky with this. There we go. Right, and probably on top of that, I think I'm going to do a bit of gradienting. So I'm going to duplicate this layer. And we're going to make the colour dark. There we go, that's the one. I was on the wrong layer, that's why it wasn't working the way I wanted it to. What if I made this UV instead? And did it this way? We end up with a seam though, that's not very good. That's not very good. Can you guess what it is yet, by the way?
Please take a seat.
Never really done this before.
That's okay. Just tell me the first thing that comes into your head.
Okay. Dolphins dressed in monocles with tiny top hats that cover up their blowholes.
Oh, shit.
Clouds with faces, but they're upside down, so it looks like the rain is hair.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Santa Claus going down a chimney, but the chimney is a cigarette and the house is a man. Bowling balls made out of peanut butter, but they're the bubbles in a big rubber hubba bubba bubble buzz.
Oh my God, you got a beautiful mind.
So sit back and enjoy the show.
The spectrum of what my brain thinks it is massive. Really? Really? Based solely off these colours?
What do you see?
Right on the second one, Des. I suppose the giveaway thing should have been, it's me that's doing this. That probably would have been the giveaway clue of like, I'm the one doing this because I want to. This is another I want to texture. We still thought it was doing this for someone. Nah, this is to go on the shop. This is to the shop. Yeah, I should have I should have specified that, but that probably would have given it away. It probably would have given it away. You got a beautiful mind. Absolutely not. That kind of gives us a nice sort of fur feathering on that. I think I want it to go lower though. How does it look on material? Yeah, I think it comes up a bit too high. And then what I also need to do is clean ear here. Grab this. Give that a clean. Although let me turn the symmetry off because the symmetry often messes things up. There we go, and then we put the symmetry back That's already quite nice. Drink more tea, because it's probably going to be cold soon. I did the big mug again, and I did it with honey since I can feel like a cold coming on. I don't know why I started with the ears, but I think the ears are done. Part of my brain, there's a very small part of my brain that sometimes wonders if the ears have little markings on them, and they don't. And the reason I get confused about that is because there is a streamer that I sometimes watch who is an Arcanine, which is amazing, by the way. And her Sona, the Arcanine, has markings on its ears, but a regular Arcanine does not. But also that's really cool that she did differentiate her design slightly. Like, she's an Arcanine, but she's also her own. And I've said it so many times afterwards. I think when I was first sort of making a character as Sona and I came up with Blue, I kind of didn't realise that, like, you could use franchise things. Like, I know, so Sephora's her name, another streamer. Sephora uses an Arcanine and Quaggy uses a Char. Quaggy's persona is a Char from Guild Wars. And so I think when I first got into the fandom, I didn't realise that you can just perfectly, within your right, use characters from franchises as a Sona if you want, because there's no rules. Yeah, there's no rules. But because I'm a creature of habit, I can't imagine changing my Sona from anything but what it currently is. But definitely in an alternate universe, there is a blue Arcanine. Hi, Dragon! Lovely to see you. Thank you for coming. You're very welcome. I'm doing okay. I think I'm on the cusp of getting a cold. I'm feeling the beginning of a cold brewing. Okay, yeah, I'm still on the ear layer, so I mean... I said that this is designed to not have the feathers on, but I probably will put some patterning on the feathers. So that, like, people have the options if they do. But I'm wondering what to do. I might go, like, really extreme, like, bright red into orange into yellow because fire type, because Jex's whole thing as a species is, like, bright colours and gradients, which is why I love them. We've talked about this before. Jex is one of my favourites. So again, if I open up the first cough, there we go, it begins. If I bring up the Jex page, you guys will see. Oh, there you go. That's not the right page. Where's my library? Library. Jex. They go for these bright gradients. Even on ones that are dark, they have these bright gradients. I'm thinking about this red one. And I might do colours reminiscent of this on the feather tips. Why are there so many? So many what? But I think we'll address that later, because that's going to fall under, like, doing the feather tails as well, because, again, it's designed to really just have this tail. But I'll probably do something to be included with these tails, because, like, this is the signature Jex tail. Like, all of these are valid. This one here, with these long, like, Bird of Paradise, are... like, the signature ones, and I love them. Even on my Jex, even though my Jex is meant to be blue, and it's not Sona accurate for me to have them, I have them because I just love them so much. Why are there so many characters? I don't know. I don't know. It is part of human nature to want to create. Mayhap. Alright, I think the bulk of what needs to be done is actually starting on our markings now. Because the tail is literally just a flat colour, so the basic tail, that one, is literally done. It's just a flat colour. So I think we're going to be starting to put our cream and spikes on. Spikes? Stripes. I'm going to turn off some of the other meshes just because doing that can help Substance run better. Since we're not focusing on tail, I am going to leave the ears on just to have the visual. Because Arcanine's eyes go round and up to the ear, so that I need to know where that sort of edge is. Body. All the way down. So this is base orange. We're going to rename that. Base orange. And the nose is black, so we can kind of leave that there, but this is a carryover from the Jex markings. This little line here is a carryover from the nose meeting up with these black lines here on the snoots. So I'm gonna erase that, I think, and just taper it in a bit. I'm gonna do that there. That looks alright. 3D modeling's so cool, I wish I could do it. The best way to learn is to just do it. Download Blender, it's free. And have a play. Like I encourage Galaxia to do. And Galaxia's having a play around with 3D, which is just amazing. I love seeing it happen. Love seeing it. We're going to make a new layer, and we're going to make it color only. We're going to make it... God, where's my reference gone? There it is. Our cream. Cream. Tried and it was very hard. Yes, it is hard. There is no denying that. But most things that are satisfying are hard. Think how much more pleased you'd be if you succeeded in creating something even though it's hard. I was just wondering, because I think the original Jex markings are like made with a particular brush that gives it that sort of like feathered edge, and I was just wondering if that brush was in here, but I have no way to know what it is. So I think we're just going to go with a hard edge. Now, this is tricky. In Arcanine's design, the cream of his like head mane, why no eyes? Mainly so I can sort of see everything and paint correctly. They're just hidden. They're just hidden for now. Also, processing power, as said earlier. If you hide stuff that you're not working on, it means that Substance isn't having to render it. So we've got all of these stuff hidden. Basically, we're not working on it right now, so it was put away. How long have you been doing this? This file I have started today. How long have I been doing Substance Painter? A little Substance Painter I've been using for about 9 months because I bought this in the new year. Retextures I've probably been doing for a year. When I first got into VR chat and avatars, I did all my retextures myself because I didn't have the money to pay someone to do it, which is how I have learned 90% of the stuff I know how to do. You'd be surprised how much that can be a motivator. 3D work in general, I learnt to do in college, which was a long time ago. Do you guys want to see? Actually, let's put this into perspective. Do you guys want to see? I found this the other day while I was updating the website. Site work. So here's our most recent 3D work in the terms of the cobble. And then we also have our most recent 3D work in the form of the stuff we did for Lucky. So this is the most recent 3D stuff I have done. And this is all mine. Because I made the base. There's the base. So I made the base, I made the clothes, did all the texturing. This is where I am currently. I found, while updating my website, this. This is one of my earliest examples of 3D work that I have. I haven't changed because it's blue. It's blue. But it just goes to show, doesn't it? Look at the face. Oh my god. What is... Jesus. That was on my website. Look, it's got the logo. So this isn't even college. This was university. I'd already gotten into university. So I'd gone through college where I first learnt to do 3D. And was in university doing this. Fucking... I even remember, like, this was meant to be an alpha cutout. I couldn't work out how to do it. I couldn't work out how to do the alpha cutout to get the wings to look correct. But a lot of this was self-taught. Like, I learned the basics on how to 3D model. I was never taught how to rig. I had to look up and learn how to rig this myself. But yeah, it just goes to show. And yet my process hasn't changed a lot over the last few years, because both of those things, both the cobble and that that picture, both started as a cube. They both started as a cube. Anyway, to go back to this, because I got distracted. The tricky thing about Arcanine's design here is that if you look, let me bring the picture over. Arcanine's fur goes down to his nose, it runs along the top of his eye, and then goes up to the ear. Because the ear is actually quite low down on Arcanine's head. Interestingly, their ears are quite low down. Whereas on this model, the ears are on top of the head. Which ends us in a weird position, because if we followed the top of the eye, we'd end up having to do this, which I don't think would look right. So I'm not entirely sure. We might follow the eyebrow, but we'd still end up doing a bit of that. So we might just sort of have to do this in order for it to look correct, essentially. Though helpfully, all of this front is cream, so this is easy for me to do here. This is all cream. Everyone has to start somewhere. It's kind of funny, when I first learned to do 3D, I was doing objects. Because, I suppose you could say, I felt like objects were easier because they were quite blockish, as you can imagine, So things were easy to do. Like I don't think I have a picture of it anywhere, but I made a serviceably good knife. I made a somewhat replica of a Daedric knife. In my, I don't want to say it was my first year of uni, but very early on in uni. And that was literally me showing off that I knew how to do 3D, because interestingly, not everyone who was studying games in university had studied games before that. I went from a games college course to a games university course, but you could go into the games university course from, say, an art background. Like, that was enough, because, I feel like that's probably not like that anymore because games is so much more prevalent, but I will say, this was 10 years ago. It was 10 years ago that I got into uni. Actually, 11. I just spent 3 years in uni. So, yeah, a lot of the class had never done 3D before because a lot of them had artistic backgrounds. Some of them had IT backgrounds, and there was literally maybe about 4 of us that had come from a game design background from this college course. Because, unsurprisingly, a lot of people who went to my college then proceeded to go to the same university as me. Some didn't, but a lot did. So, when they had to do an intro to 3D, it was literally one of the courses in university, an introduction to 3D, and me and quite a few people, the other people who had already studied game design, did kind of raise our hand and be like, we know a bit about 3D, we have been taught it, and they were like, understandable, but a large portion of the class haven't. So we do need to do this, to bring the class up to snuff. And we were like, that's fair, it's understandable. And literally, this is one of the few times where I've been, like, definitely showing off and been bragging of, they're sitting there being like, this is how you make a cube, and this is how you move things. And I'm sat there going, I have made a dagger in the time it has taken you to explain this. I was being a bit of a shit. Like, not even subtly being a bit of a shit, just very much being a shit. Are these fur tufts? Yes, they are. Because I think all of these fur tufts just want to be this colour. So we're going to switch over to this tool and just select them all. But yeah, it's kind of funny how I went to college for games and stuff. I've said this a few times as well, that, like, don't let that, like, sort of deter you of, like, oh, you went to college so you know how to do things. I learned way more about, like, modeling and texturing and stuff after I left. Weirdly, I did not learn a lot, like, technically at university. What university, I think, taught me was a lot more about, because the course I went to was game design as a whole. It was not a specialist course. It wasn't like game art or game modeling. Those were all modules within the course. It was game design as a whole. So I didn't learn a lot of specifics. I learned a lot about generalization of, like, literally the starting of like coming up with ideas for games and researching, looking at things. That's one thing university definitely does do, is they teach you how to research so that you can teach yourself. More that they don't just give you information, they will teach you how to look things up correctly and cite things and find sources and things like that so that you can teach yourself. I think that's one of the key differences. A little bit of Arcanine's neck does show through, so I think we're gonna have this sort of like connect to the jaw and then go back here to connect to the mane, but we do see a little bit of the neck come through. And what it then does is it comes down and then comes out on the chest and then comes down again. Fuck, my symmetry was off because I turned it off for the tufts. Like I do all my modeling in Blender. I didn't touch Blender until I left. University did not use Blender. Because it was a university, they were like, we have all of the industry programs. Here's Maya and 3ds Max. You leave university and you go, oh no, I am a student and I don't have a job. I can't afford a freaking $3,000 license for this program. So you use what's free. Julia! Is this Blender? It is not. It's not. This is substance. Now this is the decision I have to make, artistic-wise, is the chest fluff going between the boobs, or is it going over the boobs? I'm gonna do it like this for now. You think between? Fair enough. Between like that, and then again, this is where it starts to get hard because quadrupedal. I wonder. I wonder indeed. That's a nice Jolteon you're making. Shut up. I could make a Jolteon if I wanted. Know that I am choosing not to. Now, I don't know about you, but that looks suspiciously like a game rip, doesn't it? So, it is very much the chest, and then it gets the black belly. I have altered the Jex, pray to I do not alter it further. I will continue to alter it, and you will be happy. So yeah, so it's very much the chest that has this mane. You see, there's like this little bit here is the little tiny bit of neck that's coming through on the 3D model. Interesting that there's more neck, I feel, visible on the concept art than on the 3D model. These tufts be real big. These back ones especially are huge. I say as I look behind me at my Arcanine plushie that is behind me. I'm probably going to hang on to this. This would be a useful reference for how the stripes wrap around the leg. I didn't know, like, you can see the sort of like that zigzag on the inside. I wonder if I can like go, yes, I can kind of go in here and you can see the seam. You can see the seam. So there, those zigzags come up to a point behind that fluff. You mean you have a physical version next to you? I do, but he's sat down. I need to look at one standing. This is the equivalent of a T-pose. It's interesting how you can see the eye clipping through, which will be due to how they animate like the facial expressions and stuff. I believe. I'm always fascinated to look at like game models and see how things are made. Like things I didn't know, like that weren't taught to me. As like in college and university, I always thought that everything had to be like a combined mesh. And it doesn't. You see how that fur is literally just stuck in there. And that's perfectly fine. Whereas when I first started doing modelling, I thought everything had to be combined. Kind of like how the mane is here around the face, how all these polys sort of flow into one another. I thought the whole model had to be like that, and they don't. Tail's the same. Tail isn't, like, physically connected to the body there. You see how these don't match up. I didn't know that. I didn't know that they could be separate. Literally how it is with this. Like, these eyebrows and, like, the ear and the hair, they're not stitched in, they're technically separate, but because of how 3D is with the computers, you just literally tell it to just stay together and it stays together. Things that they just didn't tell me, and I learnt myself. I really need to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. I shouldn't have drunk a litre of tea. we've returned. So yeah, train of thought thoroughly derailed. Train of thought derailed by bathroom break. I think what I'm gonna do is have this, like, run alongside the main. Yeah, and then we'll fill that in. Definitely feeling a chesty cough come on. I'm feeling a thing. I'm feeling a tickle in my throat and a bit of an ache in my throat starting to occur. Talking is obviously not going to be helping. I'm probably going to do a lemsip for myself when I finish stream. I did put honey in the tea to soothe my throat, but it's coming. Yeah. Be prepared for no morning stream tomorrow. Because colds for me are always at their worst in the morning. So if I'm starting to feel a bit now, I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning and feel like death, and I will not want to stream. Time to go look at my Arcanine. What's behind your ears, buddy? How does your markings go behind your ears? They kind of go right to the back of the ear. Ugh. Why did I close that Arcanine 3D model? I definitely still need it. Yep, straight to the back of the ears. Okay. In both cases. So I think I'm just gonna literally have it go up to the back of the ear like that. How did you get missed? Like that. What's it saying about me? Well, it's all because of me. If you can't get what you want, it's all because of me. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right, I think that's fine. I obviously don't want the cream to come so far back that it's going to show here, so I think that's okay. Right. This is going to be the interesting thing, is like, Arcanine has very notable tufts of fur on its ankles. And the Jex actually doesn't have any ankle tufts, which, funnily enough, is something that I was thinking about making. I literally wrote it on my little list of ideas of stuff to make. And one of them was Jex fur tufts, because it's got fur tufts on the cheeks here, as you can see. But none for, like, elbows and ankles. And so I was thinking about making some. But I was in the mood for doing a retexture rather than doing more 3D, because I've been doing a lot of 3D. And retextures are just fun for me. I like colouring in. It's just nice. Let's fill in that bit there on the cheek. Fill that in. So, yeah. They don't wrap around the front is the thing. So it is literally just like a painted bit on the elbow. Interesting that the Jex doesn't have much of a defined elbow on the model. Interesting. There's the square for the knee, which is expected. So the ones on its forelegs don't wrap around, but the one on the back legs do. This is just definitely making me want to do fur tufts for the ankles and elbows. They kind of puff out, so they're like, it'd be like narrower at the front. And see how it's like narrower, that's to wrap around the leg and then fluffs out. And the same here, even more so on the 3D. Quite narrow at the front and then fluffs out. Meant to kind of, I guess that it's part of the design because Arcanine's meant to be so fast, it kind of looks like a jet cloud just because it runs so fast. But yeah, the front ones don't wrap around. This is just roughing in. So this is literally just, so that they're literally just like going to be a little bit on the elbow. So I could kind of like paint in the tuft a bit. sort of make up for the fact that we don't actually have a modelled in tuft.
Need you to respect me, I respect me. I don't need you to love me, I love me. But I want you to know you couldn't know me if you change your mind. Change your mind. But I want you to know you couldn't know me if you change your
Just very roughly get that in. Important. Let me look at my boy. They're kind of like not quite pink. No, not quite like bright pink. Definitely not like my beans. They're kind of like in between pink and orange. Hands and feet. Feet. That's cursed knowledge. Substance, material, human skin. That's cursed information. Arcanine 3. I wonder if there's a way for me to... I wonder if there's a way for me to view the texture here. Base color. Oh, it's interesting to see the painted shading. And see the painted shading. This is flat color as opposed to render. There's a bit of the flat color on there. So that's the bean color, but like that's with a shading applied to it. So I want to go lighter than that. Can I color pick that? So that's our colour, but we want to go lighter. I think maybe there is probably our best bet. I think that is probably going to be our colour. Interesting that the nose color is different from the bean color because generally in animals they're the same because it's just their skin color. Which is why I have pink beans and a pink snoot. Sometimes in Persona designs you'll see people have different coloured noses in beans. When we start getting the stripes on, then it's going to start actually looking like what we want it to. I feel like I want to do more with that. Base hands. Duplicate. And I'm going to see if I can, like, erase that slightly. Considering the amount of running an Arcanine would do, it makes sense the sniffer would have a different colour than its beans. Potentially, yes, actually. Is this gonna go out? Yes, it is. Maybe I need to do this the other way around. I need to have the base be dark and have the light be the bit on top. PK, how's it going? Ugh. Thank you. Oh, I was on the bloody smear tool still. What are you working on? I'm working on another texture for the store. This one's for the Jex. Whomst I love dearly. A rejecster. Oh my god. How long have you been sitting on that? Don't care, it works. It does work. That's why I'm upset. I'm working on some good beans right now. I used it when I came in earlier, but I was ignored. Oh, damn, I'm sorry. I straight up didn't see that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did I do the Great Ball quest? Apparently I didn't. Blue read it, but her subconscious was like, nah. we were taking that fun damage. Had modify memory put on me. go with some good beans. Good beans. Duplicate. Feet. Highlight. Copy that. Put that colour in there instead. Definitely feels like autumn here, chilly, windy, and rainy. Same. Yep, it is miserable. I did manage to go for a walk in between rain showers. I did get a little bit towards the end, a little bit wet. Speaking of walking, you had to have chosen the worst mission to do. I've had no deserts at all near me. I just chose the hard one because I thought I would be able to get a full group. I invited you and I invited a bunch of people on my friends list and only you responded. And I was like, oh. I thought we would get a full group. Jexes have this raptor claw, which is kind of cool. There is a toggle to turn it off if you want, and make it more of just like a regular dew claw, but it's kind of cool. Haven't really played Monster Hunter before. That can be fixed. It's just a problem, as kind of said, it's kind of a shame that Monster Hunter is limited to 4 people, otherwise I would consider making it a community night thing. Although, it would definitely rank highly on a list of my games of, like, if other streamers wanted to collab with me, I would 100% do a monster hunting stream with other streamers. There we go, I think that looks good. Mobile is much less than regular Monster Hunter. Oh yeah, it's extremely stripped back. Much like Go, of like, it's very stripped back Pokemon, to be honest, though obviously they've been adding more and more stuff in constantly. And when you compare how Pokemon Go was when it first came out, it's very different now. And it's kind of funny to think how much people loved it when it came out, considering how little there was to it. Okay, I think I am happy with the beans. Arcanine doesn't have claws, we're just going to leave them black, I think. Because that's a nice colour to pop out from the hands, I think. Yeah, and it will match the stripes.
On the horizon of this forest path, you see a group of dark cloaked figures slowly trudging towards you. What do you do? My half-orc barbarian braces her great hammer, and that's a 1. Critical fail. Steve, what do you do? Well, I believe in anticipation.
I said earlier, I haven't decided how I want to do the eyes. I don't know if I want to
Tom, what is your
just recolor the pre-existing eyes or do my own. Maybe I should do my own for the practice of it, you know? Fuck.
Hey, I forgot. You're supposed to tell me what I see, right? Yes, thank you. Let's just slow it all down a bit. So you notice that one of the hooded figures is a little shorter. I cast Vicious Mockery. Nat 20, let's go. You're a shot, motherfucker, and nobody likes you.
Shot! Fucking shot that guy is. When you were born, everybody thought that you were just a head, but then the doctor said, wait. You got a tiny little itty-bitty body and I hate it. Right, Arcanine's eyes are brown. I'm gonna need to enhance that, because I can't really see it all that well. I say enhance, I need to zoom in, like, more than I can on that picture. Oof. Hard to say there's any one colour from that. Bitch. It's funny how the green looks nice against the orange, but I suppose that's because green does is like a complementary colour to red. Substance has a hiccup because I turn everything off. Gosh, the layering on these eyes is insane. He has actually got white pupils. Actually, does have white pupils, though we probably won't make them pure white because that invariably ends up looking a little odd. I think think I'm gonna do like a recolor just to see how they look. I feel like I want to go for like the light brown in this if I can. Kind of like that. The advent of group hunts have made it so much more approachable, this is true. Wish they would go back to the old character models. Nah, they won't. Nah. Not gonna happen.
Tour hasn't always been this glam. I was a drab little crab once, and now I know I can be happy as a clown. Because I'm beautiful, baby. Did you really say listen to your heart? Because you are on the inside. I need 3 words to tear her argument apart. You gritty lie. I'd rather be shiny, like a treasure from a sunken pirate wreck. Scrub the deck and make it look shiny. I will sparkle like a wealthy woman's neck. Just a sec, don't you know? Face a dumb, dumb, dumb. They chase anything that glitters. Beginners. And here they come, come, come to the brightest thing that glitters. Fish dinner. I just love free food. You look like seafood. Little Maui's having trouble with his look. You let us me mini guard. What a terrible performance. Get the hook. You don't swing it like you used to, man. Though I have to give you credit for my start and your tattoos on the outside. For just like you, I made myself a work of art. I'll never hide. I can't. I'm too shiny. Watch me dazzle like a diamond in the rough. Struck my stuff is so shiny. Send your armies, but they'll never be enough.
Ah, that's what that is. I was like, what are the eye loops? There's so many layers to these eyes, it's kind of crazy. See you, pirate. I should probably think about wrapping up soon, I suppose. For the pupil, let's go like, we're gonna stay in this like theme of colour. turn the emissive off for the pupil. No, I won't actually. It's white emissive. And pure white on that. That looks kind of terrifying a bit, doesn't it? Let's put the stripes in, I think, and I think the stripes should go on a layer below the cream. And again, they're not actually pure black. At least in the artwork they aren't. Add mask. Let's see. I'm also going to duplicate this, and I'm actually going to have the belly be separate from the stripes. Even though they're the same. Just so that we have that differentiation. Right, so belly literally just, yeah, covers the whole thing, so I think we... I think we're kind of starting here, where the mane is going to end. Though I might bring the mane further back on the neck. Follow the pattern of those normals, because why not? It will help sort of add to it, I think. like that. I think that covers it a bit better. Do I need new nibs? I think it's okay for now. Might kind of do a bit of like this. And then let's go back to the belly. So I think this still is. I think the belly is gonna come around down here. Make sure it looks. I gotta make sure it looks all right on both the flat chest and the feminine chest. God, I'm already really tempted to like start teasing this, but I don't want to tease it this early. Because I don't think I could get this done in the week. Like I certainly could probably push myself to, but I don't want to do that unnecessarily. Especially if I am coming down with the cold. I'm just gonna take it easy. And it's done when it's done. Okay, interestingly... God. Interestingly, it doesn't go completely up to the tail. If we look... We have this stripe that goes under the tail, but the belly doesn't. The belly actually stops short in between the legs. So I guess this will go kind of like there. That's probably where we'll go up to. God, I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm gonna have to check where it goes in relation to the bulge. Ah, yep. That's fine. Just need a Daora tail now, I'll be able to make the pupper swords. Oh, neat! I got a Daora tail today when I went on my walk. I actually haven't looked to see if I can make anything with it. Kind of torn because I think I'll get more use from one of the armor pieces. Ah, understandable. I haven't changed my armor in a long time. Much like when I play regular Monster Hunter, I found an armor set that kind of just works for me regardless. Like it's not not like elemental specific, so I don't have to change it up based on which monster I'm fighting. I think I need to bring that further forward, maybe. Nope. More like that. Yeah, I'm kind of looking about how it is in relation to this, basically. I have 6 sets each for a different element. Yeah, fair. Nah, mine is... It's not the same set, but I'm treating it exactly the same as I did in World, which is by the time I got to the end, I had an endgame set, which was fine for me. In World, you know, mine was a crit build, which just worked. I didn't have, like, element-specific ones, so it was just that it was, like, crit eye, I've forgotten the name of it, but the crit eye, quick weakness, health boost, a little bit of defense boost, and some other miscellaneous skills that came with the set. And then the element would just be based on what weapon I had, and obviously at the end of World and Iceborne we had gem slots on our weapons as well, so that I would add in with a bit of flavour. Sometimes I would just put in an elemental gem to just boost the element damage. I've not gone for a crit build in now. My build is slightly more defensive. It's actually prioritizing having Divine Blessing. It's got a lot of levels of Divine Blessing on it. Which was literally just based off, when the game was fairly new, I literally just kind of looked at a guide and I was like, what's just a good general armor? What's a good all-round armor? And they were like, get a bunch of Divine Blessing. And you'll be good. Hello. Oh. Alright. Look, I made a start.
I can see.
You. Look at Aquamine's belly. How it would translate across. Because the Jex doesn't have like a modelled chest fluff. Which is I've been saying to chat how like there's no elbow fluff model and there's no ankle fluff model. So I've made a mental note to be like, let's make those. Let's make Jex elbow fluffs and stuff like that. Just kind of blocking in. Yeah, Spook's here! And Spook is probably here because it's 5:30 and I should stop. Ah! Yes, this is true. Because I was enjoying it, which I suppose is a good problem. I'm enjoying my work. But yeah, so we're gonna be working on this to get this on the store. Like I said, I don't know if I'd get it done in a week, especially since we've started halfway through the week. But yeah, already happy with how it looks, and we haven't even got the stripes on. I liked it better when the black between the legs was going more inside. Fair. My concern was how it was looking over on the male body shapes. Let me quickly. Wrong layer. Sort of more like that, I suppose. Yeah. Looks nice on the female shape because it kind of accentuates the thighs, but I don't know about on the male shape. Because it feels like it's not lining up with the crotch anymore. Maybe it needs to, like, come down here and then come, like, more sharply in. Maybe. We'll have to have a look on Friday. Spook is here and is waiting and is being very good. So thanks for chilling. We don't have D&D tonight, so I'm going to be playing more Ori. At about 8 o'clock-ish. So I hope to see you there for chill game times. That's good. And yeah, we will work more on this on Friday. And tomorrow we're probably going to be back in Final Fantasy. I like that. Nice. Yeah, maybe that's more of a step in the right direction, but I think you can kind of see the problem where I've got, like, it's not fully on essentially the crotch area. It makes the hips look bigger. It does. It kind of accentuates the shape. It looks nice on the female, not so sure on the male. I'll have to think on it. But right, if I don't see you, enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for chilling. It was nice talking with you. It was nice talking with you as well, Dragon, about, like, my history with 3D and stuff. Yeah. And we'll be back working on this guy on Friday. Get the stripes put on. We haven't even started the stripes. One of the more defining parts of them is how much we spend noodling with stuff. But the bits we have done look good. Love your Fraser. Not as much as I love yours. Mwah! We're gonna go get food. See you later.